Good evening, folks. It's Cowboy Roy Rogers with a little bit of garden news and a couple little clues. Got a nice big old tomato plant, but it didn't ever produce. I guess something got the flowers on it. Here got a spicy, a hot banana pepper plant. Got a teeny one growing here and a slightly larger one growing there. It should be about, I don't know, at least 6 times that size. Hopefully it'll make it that far. I've managed to get one off there. I chopped it up small and scrambled it in with a couple eggs and a slice of ham lunch meat, and had that between 2 flour tortillas for a breakfast one morning. Here we got some kind of strange creatures that I dug up out of the ground because all the stalks were dry on the white potatoes. The sweet potatoes are still growing, and I didn't realize they have runners all over the place. So there's one still with a root right there that I'm going to try to let keep going. See if it'll sprout and keep going. It's got different ones that are roots and little bulbs out here like this that got broke off, that were over amongst the white potatoes. These are not the russets, I forget what you call these. They got a nice smooth. That's about enough for boil them for one meal. That'll be nice with some other foods. May actually put them in the crock pot with a nice big old piece of beef. Use a garden spade is the best thing with blunt tips for digging up those potatoes, because then you don't damage them near as easily like with a shovel or so forth, or even a hay fork or a pitchfork. The garden fork works a lot better. I don't know if I said spade, but I didn't mean to. That digging fork. And this here sweet potatoes, we had one put here, or no, excuse me, 2 were put here diagonally because they started sprouting in the house before cooked. I didn't even cut them. I just stuck the whole thing in the dirt with the sprouts sticking out a little bit so the sunlight was on them, they could grow. I had done kind of similar with the white potatoes, 4 of them that had started to grow in the drawer in the house or tray or whatever might have been in that tray right there. There's one planted back there, and I think maybe there's one in another raised, yeah, there's a couple in another raised bed out back in the field. This sucker has runners, so I will have to check when it comes time it's drying up and see if they actually took root, because it put runners all the way up between my truck bay and my carport over there in that ditch where the water runs. And then I got dipped me about 1.5 gallons, whatever, there in my water can so I can water these plants. I catch rain off the roof, off the edge of the roof in them mineral tubs, and or underneath where my gutters drip. I've got them also. This has no gutter, so it can just come straight down, not have one big hole, kind of like this over here. The water runs off the roof and either end of that drain pipe I cut to use for gutter. So then it put a hole. I put a mud flap down on the ground so it would not cut out a hole in the soil, and it'll flow away. But a little something can be done if you can't fit gutters because your sheet metal sticks out way past the framing or something. But I'll be carrying these buckets to some trees that need water after taking care of this other. I'll have to clean up them potatoes real good. I ask if you would, if you've missed my other recent videos on safety issues please share them to whoever they may help. They're just really not getting enough attention, especially since most people don't actually watch them. They're just seen as they pass through, scrolling for something more entertaining for themselves. So if those of us that try to provide safety information like Green Greg's, Swivelhead News, Uncommon News 777, and our other friends, Emergency Management Associates and NCWQ Explorer, please make sure to share their stuff. And I finally got shade cloth that was attached to the building, just an old white sheet. I unrolled it again, but some smart aleck cat had to decide to use it for a trampoline, so it didn't provide enough shade. It is, although, helping this particular sweet potato. Obviously, it didn't help the other one enough once it got hotter weather. But please be aware that UVC is coming through our magnetosphere that used to not, because the magnetosphere is getting weaker, and that's going to greatly affect your plants. Please see Geomagnetic Earthwatch. Brian provides the space weather information, but also again is reminding us how it directly affects human beings and mammals and so forth, as well as how the UV coming through the magnetosphere affects our plants. He did his own testing with potatoes up in British Columbia and showed that in the past and again recently. Thank you all. Please either get to know folks that do farming and market gardening and whatever, and work with them and be prepared to help them or something. Get good relations with folks. Do your own growing. Do something. You can have microgreens in a windowsill or in a closet under a fluorescent light. Green Greg's has all kind of stuff. I've got gardening and playlist. I've got farming playlists on my channel, and foraging and herbal remedies and all kind of stuff put together from channels much better than mine in order to help folks, as well as all assortment of other kind of survival playlists that can be helpful, and you may want to share them with loved ones. Thanks again. Jehovah God bless you all in the name of Jesus Christ.